Hello everyone and welcome back to another tutorial. So in this video I'm going to be showing you the with feature that we have available in VBA, which predominantly helps save time with our coding, especially when we're making a reference to a particular range, sheet or any particular object even, and we want to make a number of changes to that, and it allows us to do these changes without having to refer to this particular range multiple times. So the best way to do it is to add some code, and we'll step straight into it. So sub, and we'll call this using with, like that. And so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to define our sheet name. So we say we want to work with, say, sheet number 1. And let's say we had a multiple number of sheets on here just to make this a bit more applicable. So the first thing we do is we define our sheet. So we call it sheet 1 as worksheet. And we'll set sheet 1 equals to sheets, and you guessed it, it's going to be sheet 1. Okay, so we've got that. So let's say we now wanted to update a few different values throughout this sheet. So if we wanted to update the value in obviously cell A1, we would have to do sheet, and I haven't defined my sheet 1 here correctly, so let's put sheet 1. Sheet 1 dot range A1 dot value equals let's say Monday. We'll stick with days of the week here. And then if we now wanted to update say another cell within this sheet, and we wanted, like, say, row 2 to be a different value, we'd have to again refer to sheet 1. So we'd have to do sheet 1 dot range and this time A2 dot value equals Tuesday, and so on and so forth. So we'd have to keep going through and referring to all these different ranges. And let's just do one more just so we've got a bit more in there. Sheet 1 range A3, and we'll call this one Wednesday. Okay, so if we were to run this code, as expected, you can see it's populated all 3 of those cells to the days of the week, or those 3 days of the week, shall I say. So for each one, we've obviously had to keep going back and defining obviously what sheet name is, so the full string of all this information here. Well, we can instead use with, what allows us to get rid of this first part here. So when we use with, what we're going to do is we literally put with, and okay, with what do we want to do something? So for us, we're going to say sheet 1. And then when we hit enter, you can see that the with has turned blue, and it allows us to now add some code. So I'm just going to tab into this. And then what this allows us to do is just exclude this first reference here, because everything we do within this with statement is obviously going to be within, shall I say, the sheet 1 reference, or sheet 1 we've got here. So what I can now do is go dot range, open brackets, A1, word push there, dot value equals Monday, or let's go Thursday, and then we can copy this down as well. So we go dot range A2 dot value equals Friday, and lastly dot range A3 dot value equals Saturday. And then all we need to do at the end here, once we're finished, is go end with, and that is the end of the statement. So we don't need any of this code here at all. We can delete all that, and you can see it looks a lot more tidier already, because we've got the with statement here, what says with this sheet 1, we want to do all these amendments within that sheet, and obviously once we've done those, we can end the with. And this time we'll hit F5, or we'll clear these data first. Let's go F5, and you can see it's now updated for us as well. So with gives us the ability to, well, most importantly, just tidy up our code and make a lot better reference to the values that we need to, or the ranges we need to update within that particular sheet. A more specific use of using with, if we get rid of this, could be when we're trying to make updates to a particular cell. So let's say we actually want to change some of the font and the values within one of these cells. Let me just remove this altogether. So let's say we want to be more specific, and we want to be specific with cell A1. So let's say we want to put into here, and let's just put a value so we can see that it's changed. So let's say we want to go sheet 1 dot range A1. So everything we're going to do is going to be obviously a change to this cell here. So the first thing we might want to do is obviously change the value. So we're able to go dot value equals Tuesday. The next thing we might want to do, obviously on this cell, is maybe change the font color. So we could go dot font dot color equals VB blue. And we won't go into too much detail, obviously different colors, but in short, you can obviously use references like this, or you can use the actual color reference code or the palette code. I can't think what the termination is called, but you may have seen it's like the hex number. It starts with like a hashtag, and it's a more number reference or number and letter reference to the color in particular. You can use either one of those, but for this example, I'll stick with that color of blue here using VB blue. And the last thing we might want to do is go dot font, and let's say bold. So you might want to make the text bold. Equals true. So for the bold aspect, it's either a true or false, simple for us. So this is probably a more better example of when we'd want to use with. We want to make all these changes here, but rather than having to keep typing out sheet 1 dot range A1 and then obviously dot value, or sheet 1 range A1 dot font color, rather than keep repetitively typing out this first bit we've got highlighted here, we can achieve the same, and obviously in a lot more tidier manner, using the with statement. So if I was to run this now, you can see how the value's updated, the color's changed, and the font is now gone to bold. We can also go maybe BB green, I think that'll work, and then run this, and you can see that's now updated. Alternatively, if we wanted to change this as well, we could go to Wednesday, VB, let's change it to now red, and obviously we'll keep it bold. So you can see that that's a really easy way and sort of nice concise way to reference a particular range and make multiple updates with that without having to repeat yourself in terms of the script. So that video I think was going to be a bit shorter than normal, but obviously the topic we were looking at was quite concise. As always, I keep repeating myself on this, and I refer to when we'll be looking at more advanced processes in the future. I thought it'd be good just to give a dedicated video to this particular topic, just so I can obviously, one, introduce you to how it works, and it also gives you the opportunity to now play around with this, and you might even find uses for just this basic functionality already. Obviously it works really well if you've got a lot of data and you may need to make repetitive changes to that particular one cell, or maybe even a range of cells that you're wanting to do updates to. And VBA is great for obviously automating those repetitive tasks. So if you did enjoy the video, please do give it a like. And obviously appreciated by myself, or is greatly appreciated by myself, as obviously it allows me to see the videos that you are enjoying and would like to see more of. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel, and also make sure you hit that bell notification button. That way you're notified of all of our future videos as soon as they come out. So lastly, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.